Good evening, folks. Welcome to everydaykt number 74, I believe. Yeah, 74. So, almost there to the 3/4 away to 100. That's a hell of a lot. So, today, I had a whole other thing planned, and then I let the dog in. And he has a cold nose. So, today is all about kilts and animals. And we're talking about all kinds of animals. So, we'll start at the top end of the size range and work our way down. So I have no way to prove this or anything else, but as far as I know, and it makes perfect sense, horse riding and pants kind of go hand in hand, because wearing a kilt on a horse, while looks really cool, when you get, you're sitting there and you're on the back of a big, huge stallion and it's rearing up and you got a big claymore in your hand yelling freedom. Awesome picture. Probably not the best for the nether regions. So, I'm willing to go out on a limb and say that, wearing something under, some kind of pant style clothing probably went hand in hand with horsemanship. I don't know a whole lot of horse riding cultures that have this kind of garment. They either have some kind of chaps or something like that, or basically pants. So, really big animals, if you're riding them, yeah, you want to wear something under your kilt just to keep things where they belong. Make sure that if you're hopping and bouncing around, you don't wind up sitting on the wrong thing. Guys out there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So, that's horses, and that could get horses, camels, elephants, whatever. Yes, horse. H-O-R-S-E. Yes. So, if you get down to some of the smaller animals that are probably not being ridden, but you still have to deal with them. Not talking about sheep. That's we could have a whole episode just on sheep management, and I'm not even going to mess with it today because I don't want to waste a whole episode. So, herd animals, everything from cows, goats, whatever. Kilt, sure, but they're not usually, they're usually herd animals. They're out and about doing whatever. So it really doesn't matter. It just depends on, the weather more than the animal. So if it's raining and gross and windy as hell, maybe not. If it's nice outside, sure. So now, talked about riding animals and how kilts and large animals probably not the safest thing. Aesthetically, who cares? Safety, maybe not. So now we're talking about pets. Cats, dogs, whatever kind of thing you have in your house that is a domesticated or at least friendly animal. Dogs have cold noses. That's all I gotta say. And they want to smell everything. So, unless you're being woken up in a very abrupt and rude fashion, undergarments might help. But regardless, just be cognizant that when you are around smaller animals, and by smaller, I mean anything that you let roam around the house, be aware that there is no such thing as off limits or socially acceptable. I mean, dogs sniff each other's butts, so you just take that as you will. So, cats are crazy. I hate them because they are evil incarnate, and they go from happy and amazing to a furry Ginsu of death that fast. So you gotta watch it there with cats. Now, we're looking at smaller animals. I don't know how often you play with small animals like that. So I don't know. I don't have them. I mean, rabbits, sure, but I don't know. Just be aware, and like a couple of folks have already said, that any animal that has fur, you will be wearing it. The modern kilt, it's not too bad on fur retention. plaid and tartan or wool tartan kilts, forget it. You need 35 miles of lint rollers probably every day, if not longer. So just be careful as far as domestic animals, because they will find a way up under your kilt. Now I'll talk about something that really is might not be an issue for a lot of folks, but it might be is out in the wild. Out in the wild, you've got whatever critters are crawling around, but then you also have the creepy crawlies. You've got insects and you've got snakes. Insects suck in every way, shape, and form, no matter what kind they are. They are your nemesis when you're wearing a kilt. If you're out in the woods and you don't have facilities, when you squat to do your business, there's probably a bug down there somewhere. So you have to make sure that you fan out the pleats on your kilt to get whatever you have off. Also, I suggest I've mentioned it in a few previous episodes. Gaiters. Those are the covers that go up over your boot and up over your sock. Get them treated with anti-bug and anti-tick treatments. You can buy this stuff at most camping supply stores. Dick's Sporting Goods, I think, has it. I think it's called permethrin, but I might be pronouncing it wrong. LL Bean has it. A couple other places you can pick that stuff up. It only lasts 5 or 6 washes, but I usually don't wear gaiters. Yes, Chris, thank you for spelling it properly. So you have insects. Insects are bad. They will get under your kilt. It's a given. Mosquitoes. Those little bastards. That says it all right there. Those little bastards. Those are the entirety of the reason why the compression style shorts, that might be it, Mark. Compression shorts or some other kind of athletic undergarments are worn when hiking every single time, because there is no hell on this earth as a couple of mosquitoes in exactly the wrong place while you're trying to hike up a hill. It is insanity. And anyone who's had that experience knows exactly what I'm talking about. Bees, not even walking down that road. I don't even want to think about that one. Bad. Hornets, even worse. So avoid those things at all costs. And then you've got all the, the small varmints that are out there. They usually don't bug you when you're awake, because you're moving and you're a hell of a lot bigger than they are, and they probably think you're going to eat them. But when you're sleeping, whole different animal. They're looking for a warm place to sleep. And I would highly suggest not wearing your kilt to bed when you're sleeping in a sleeping bag outside, because once you get that bag on, wrap that thing up around you, especially if it's cold outside, to keep all the heat in, but keep everything else out. And one of those little bug nets you put on your head, always awesome. Always awesome. See, Dave, good having you on. So that's kind of my take on animals. Riding animals. As much as it sucks, unless you're doing just a photo shoot or you're trying to impress the hell out of somebody, pants or something, a chap, something along those lines. You've got, house pets. Everything wants to be a lap dog, cat, dog, whatever animal you have in the house. They always want to be sitting on top of you. And especially the larger ones, trying to negotiate that in a kilt can be difficult. Make sure you've got lint rollers all over the place. Smaller animals are just a pain in general. Insects, nope. Not at all. Not even going to mess with them. Snakes, never really had to deal with snakes like that, but it's possible. Cat videos. Chris, you're killing me. Cats are nature's football. Give it a rest. I hate those things. They are, like I said, they're like ninja Ginsu furball things. They annoy me. I don't get along with them. I'm a dog person, so I like my dogs. So there we are. That's my take on kilts and animals. Like I said, Don't even get into sheep. That's an entire episode all to itself, and I need to brush up on my Gaelic humor before I even walk down that road, because for every dozen jokes I know, there's a million more that I have never even heard of that are probably centuries old. So we'll get into that another night. So someone tossed out Kiltology Volume 1 really early on, so I guess they wanted extra credit. So, and if it opens up to that sheep joke that I put in here, that'd be hilarious. Oh, no, I read those. Okay. No, those all suck. Come on. Yeah, basically, oh, this will work. Okay, so, Kiltology number 13. This was back way early, back when I was still trying to spew tons and tons of advice on what to wear and what not to wear. And this kind of goes along with the issues that we had talking about riding larger animals. Kiltology number 13, Volume 1, it's out on Amazon. When packing your sporin, be very mindful of the activities in which you plan to partake. Wearing the equivalent of a day pack over your manhood during any activity will quickly ruin your day. For those of you who have overpacked a sporin, you'll know very, very well what I mean. So, it's just the stuff you'd carry in your pockets. Chris, what happens when I read everything in the book? Well, everything in the book, that's 500 and... There are 507 entries in the two books so far. We are on Everyday KT number 74. Pretty sure I've got plenty of time between now and then to write something pithy or educational, silly, whatever that we can talk about. So I'm not too concerned about running out of material to talk about. So tomorrow night, it's going to be Monday night, and it's going to be live Q&A, the whole episode. It's number 75, I believe. Yep. So tomorrow night, bring your questions. I'll bring my answers. And if you really just want to talk about stupid sheep jokes, that's fine. We can do that too. Until then, I will see everyone tomorrow. Be strong. Put a kilt on.